At Sundt, safety is more than just a priority. It's a core value. As a 100% employee-owned company, the well-being of our 4,300 employee owners and our trade partners is always at the forefront of every project that we do. That commitment extends to every condition we work in, especially here in Arizona, where heat safety is a critical part of creating a safe, positive, and productive work environment. We take great pride in the proactive steps we've implemented to protect our teams, from hydration protocols to shaded rest areas to training that empowers our crews to recognize and respond to heat-related exposures. These are just a few of the measures we've embedded in our culture to make sure everyone goes home safely every day. That's why it's important to have Governor Hobbs here with us today, as she takes important steps to ensure that safe working conditions, particularly during extreme heat, remain a standard for all Arizona workers. We appreciate her partnership and her leadership in elevating this issue across our state. With that, please join me in welcoming the Governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs.
Thank you so much, Terry, and good morning, everyone. I'm really happy to be here and appreciate you all joining us. Here at the Phoenix Zoo, an exciting project is underway. A new veterinary medical center is being built, and people are hard at work bringing it to life. These workers know what it means to work in the heat, and they also know about heat safety. Here at the site, you'll see cooling station and shade structures to provide relief from the heat, as well as cold water, electrolytes to keep workers hydrated, and daily morning safety meetings and routine breaks. On days like today, which is forecast to be our hottest day of the year so far, it is critical for employers to take the steps necessary to protect their workers. As temperatures rise in Arizona, so does the risk of heat-related workplace injury and illness. 1 in 5 workers in Arizona work in high-risk industries. And we take extreme heat seriously, and so we're taking action to keep Arizonans safe. Started with the creation of the first extreme heat preparedness plan, which included the nation's first statewide chief heat officer. That plan also directed the Industrial Commission and ADOSH to launch the Heat Stress State Emphasis Program, or SEP, which emphasized the importance of water, rest, and shade, created our first data on heat hazards and illnesses in the workplace, and ADOSH has conducted 467 free and voluntary consultations for employers. Today, we are building on these efforts. Here at this worksite, Sundt works to ensure its employees are safe during the hottest months, providing access to water, shade, and rest. That is important not just for construction workers. It's important for everyone who works outside in the heat. Here at the Phoenix Zoo, lifeguards, firefighters, drive-through employees at our favorite fast food restaurants. These individuals work long hours in the heat. But for too long, employers haven't had specific or clear guidelines to follow. Arizona has a unique mix of industries and climate, and we need Arizona-specific solutions. So today, with this executive order, we are forming the creation of a workplace heat safety task force to protect Arizonans from heat risk in the workplace. Through this executive order, I'm directing the Industrial Commission and its Division of Occupational Health and Safety to lead these efforts. The task force will consist of members from private and public sectors, worker representatives, and occupational safety and health experts. They'll work together to deliver employer guidelines by the end of this year. These guidelines will clarify what it means to provide employees with adequate water, shade, and rest to ensure their safety through the heat season. This EO also creates an employer recognition program for those who go above and beyond keeping their employees safe. These recommendations will be due by December 31st of this year and submitted to the Bipartisan Industrial Commission of Arizona for approval. I also want to mention that we're protecting workers through bipartisan legislation. I just signed Senate Bill 1182, allowing early morning construction during summer months, which is a best practice for keeping workers safe. Construction can now begin at 5 a.m. during the week and 7 a.m. on weekends. Pouring concrete can begin an hour earlier. As anyone who has worked construction knows, taking advantage of the somewhat cooler early hours is a best practice for keeping workers safe. Arizona's workers are the reason our state is as strong as it is today. Whether you're building our homes, growing our produce, or manufacturing the next advanced technology, Arizonans deserve to be safe at work. You and your families deserve to know that when you go to work, you will come home safely. I will always support Arizona's workers and continue to partner with the business community to find solutions. I'm proud to take this next step to protect Arizonans from heat risk in the workplace. And with that, I'll turn it over to ICA Director Testini.
Good morning. The Industrial Commission of Arizona is tasked with protecting the health and safety of Arizona's workforce. Today, we are further advancing that mission with the creation of a workplace heat safety task force. The governor's action today will help save lives by mitigating the dangers posed by occupational heat exposure. At the ICA, we value collaboration. By bringing together representatives from the private and public sectors, dedicated worker advocacy groups, and seasoned occupational safety and health professionals, the task force will foster a more holistic and nuanced understanding of the challenges associated with workplace heat exposure. The wide array of expertise and perspectives from different sectors will be instrumental to identifying best practices, developing innovative strategies, and creating tailored resources to address the unique heat-related risks prevalent in various workplaces across Arizona. This approach will undoubtedly lead to more effective, practical, and evidence-based solutions that address the specific needs and concerns of different industries and worker populations throughout Arizona. Prioritizing occupational heat safety is not merely a matter of adhering to legal statutes and holding ethical responsibilities. It's also a demonstrably sound business practice. Investing in the protection of workers from heat-related illnesses and injuries means increased productivity, reduced absenteeism, lower healthcare costs, and enhanced employee morale. A safe and healthy work environment fosters a more engaged and efficient workforce, ultimately contributing to the overall success and sustainability of business operating in Arizona. Occupational heat safety should be viewed not as an added expense, but as a strategic investment in human capital and long-term business prosperity. Looking ahead, the ICA envisions formally recognizing organizations within Arizona that demonstrate an exceptional commitment to proactively protecting their workforce from the potentially debilitating and even fatal consequences of heat-induced illnesses. By publicly acknowledging and celebrating these exemplary efforts, we aim to foster a culture of heat safety excellence and inspire employers across the state to implement their own heat safety measures. Together, let's protect Arizona workers from heat risk. I now turn it over to Aaron McDonald from Iron Workers Local 75.
Thank you, Director Testini. As the director just mentioned, my name is Aaron McDonald. I'm the apprenticeship coordinator for Local 75 Iron Workers. Iron Workers Local 75 was established in 1910 and represents over 1,000 of the highly skilled iron workers needed to build our great state. I'm a third-generation union iron worker that joined the trade in 1998. I moved to Arizona from Wyoming in 2004 to build the Cardinals Stadium, and my family has called Arizona home ever since. My first day working in Arizona was on August 28, 2004, and my thought process before coming down to the valley was this would be a good time to start working in Arizona because things should start cooling down as we enter the fall. I was sorely mistaken. My first day on the job, I was throwing roof deck in 116-degree heat. As that day went on, I was in disbelief that people could actually work in these conditions. It was at that point that my training I received throughout my apprenticeship kicked in and allowed me to safely acclimate and do my job for over 20 years here in the state of Arizona. Unfortunately, not all workers have access to proper training or even have access to water, shade, or a place to rest while on the job site. If a worker does not know how to acclimate to this extreme heat, it can become deadly in a matter of minutes. I've seen kids fresh out of high school drop on a job site because they were not properly prepared to work in the heat. I also have friends that are still suffering from the effects of their heat stroke and can no longer work outside in the summer months. Thankfully, because of Governor Hobbs, that is about to change. The governor wants to build on best practices already in the field and ensure safety measures are in place for everyone. The governor's action today will help make Arizona a safer place to work, and for that we are thankful for her leadership on this issue. Now it is my honor to introduce Canyon State Electric. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Vince DiGuglielmo. I'm the Director of Strategy at Canyon State Electric. We are incredibly thankful to Governor Katie Hobbs and the Governor's Office for including Canyon State Electric in this important initiative. The construction industry in Arizona is a $15 billion industry, and it comprises over 160,000 workers. If you add in our friends in agriculture, manufacturing, landscaping, utilities, that number jumps up to over 300,000. When it comes to heat safety, we know two things are true. One, all 300,000 of those workers need to come home safe to their families every day. And two, the economy in Arizona cannot come to a screeching halt when it reaches 100 degrees. So the tactics that we're putting together in this heat mitigation task force are incredibly valuable, and we're honored to be a part of them. As the governor stated, this is a bipartisan issue. No matter what you believe, who you are, it's hot. If you're outside, it's hot. The strategies that we've implemented at Canyon State Electric, we know that they work. From key partnerships with mobile IV companies to hydration meters to stepping stone, the strategies taken when it's 100 degrees, 110 degrees. We know the effects on the body and we know the implications. We've taken those steps and we've seen incredible results in preventative measures. And if someone is exhibiting signs of heat exhaustion, we know what to do there as well. So we're very excited to bring those insights to this heat mitigation task force. And once again, we're just so thankful to be a part of it and all the success it will bring to Arizona families. Thank you.